else we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians, and let's get ready to get the comedians in this building. First up, my man Howie Bell. How you doing, Howie? How's everything,
What's
bro?
going on? What's going on, Frank? I'm good. What's happening, brother?
Nothing, man. Let's make sure we get all the comics in here. Next up is my man Damian Jones. D Jones, how you doing, sir?
Hey, you look like Uncle Luke today.
I don't have no sideburns. I'll grow my sideburns.
How doing? He look like Uncle Luke a little bit.
Nah. My man filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building. Jay, how you doing, sir?
Oh, good. Hey, Frank is looking like I want to rock. I want to rock.
What's that number one birthday?
And I got a surprise guest today, man. I want to introduce you all to, I'm sure you all already know, man. Let me introduce y'all to my man, my friend, New York comedian, my man, Mr. Michael Sean in the building, also radio jock, everything. My man, Michael Sean from New York area. Mike, how you doing, sir? How's everything, big
Face down, ass up. Face down, ass up. Face down.
Mike,
pause, super pause. I was just trying to join in. Super pause. What up, Frank?
Thanks for the show, Mike, man. I appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, so let's get ready to jump in, man. You all know how I do, man. Let's get ready to get this show started. Howie Bell, I always put you in the prop position first, man. We're going to start this thing out right, man. We have to talk about one thing that jumped off over the weekend. Before we talk about the NCAA tournament, before we jump into all that, man, we got to talk about Tiger Woods getting arrested for suspicion of DUI on Friday after he was involved in a car crash not far from his home on Jupiter Island in Florida. According to the Martin County Sheriff, he said that Tiger was driving, Howie, driving his Land Rover on South Beach Road at a high speed and attempted to pass a truck hauling a pressure cleaner, which is slow down a turn. According to them, it looked like he was trying to avoid stuff, Howie, and he swerved and the car flipped over. Is this the end of Tiger Woods, Howie Bell, as we know it? Or what's your thoughts on Howie Bell with his third DUI? So this was called suspicion of DUI because they asked him to do a breathalyzer and everything else. And they asked him to see if they get a blood test. He denied doing all these certain things, man. What's your take on this, Howie Bell?
Oh boy, Tiger Woo. Tiger Woo. What you gonna do, man? Damn. He is at this point, he has become a habitual line stepper. I mean, damn, man. On the serious side, though, that dude is alcoholic. And he got to get it together. People don't want to go face the cold hard facts. You know what I'm saying? And he's driving drunk all the time. This is not the first incident.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be at least 3 or 4. I think it is 4. You know what I'm saying? With him doing some kind of something under the influence, of alcohol, man. So he got to get control of it. It happens to a lot of people. A lot of people not admitting to it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, he needs a. Here's the other thing. Why don't they ever have drivers? That's the part that when we talk about these athletes getting DUIs and all stuff, why don't they have? They make so much money. Why can't you, man? I bet you Uber ain't but about $18, $20. I bet you to get them where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. That's the part that confuses me. And I know you want to take your car. I want to take my car. I want to leave my car and all that stuff. But don't go anyway in your car. So,
D Jones, do you think Tiger Woods done, from golfing and all this other stuff because of this? Do you think people are going to turn from him from this, D Jones?
Well, he sucked at golfing the past 15 years. And the first incident wasn't drunk driving. He was domestic violence was what the first one was.
Yeah.
His wife was trying to knock his block off.
He was concussed. Concussed driving.
He was probably drunk.
We'll forget about this in 3 days. Something else is going to happen, and we'll forget about this in 3 days. Tiger Woods is not as relevant as he was in the 90s or the 2000s. This is water over the bridge. He does need a driver. And keep flipping these expensive cars, man. Just loan them to us.
or get a driver, Mike
Driver,
Sean,
man.
I drive for him.
you a comedian. What's your take on this, Mike Sean? How you look at it?
As a person who's had a DUI before, multiple, he's trifling that he got two. He got like three in the same city. That's crazy. They know him. But I do want to just bore people with facts. He did do the breathalyzer, and he did breathe. It was all zeros. Where he got etchy, he got a little nervous when they wanted him to do urine tests, because then other things come up in the urine test. Not that I got a lot of experience in this, but a lot of other things come up in the urine test. And I think that's what he was worried about, being that he's recovering from his injuries and all that, his multiple injuries. He probably don't want anybody to know how many steroids has popped in him. So, because in these recoveries, that's when these athletes really get desperate and say, I'm trying to get, and he's still trying to get back on the course. But he blew the pause again. He blew the breathalyzer, and it was triple zeros. It was triple zeros. He just didn't want to take the urine test. And like how we said, my man who just talked, we're gonna forget about this in 3 days. I mean, as long as Chili is reposting people, we're gonna forget all about this. Don't worry about it.
Word. Filmmaker Jason Hayes, you got the final word on this, bro. What's your take?
It's a bunch of nothing, man. Because listen, if Willie Lee, the auto mechanic, can have 7 DUIs and still be out here in these streets, Tiger Woods worth $1.3 billion, can do what the hell he want to do. You listen, you can't end a dude like that. But I will say this, man, the funniest headline I read this weekend about that, it was on a satirical site. It said that the black half of Tiger Woods got tased for the Asian half him crashing the car. Bro, that was just so terrible, but it was hilarious.
That's very funny. You got that one. Howie Bell, man, we're gonna keep it moving, man. Howie Bell. I also saw another interesting headline. The 2021 New York Marathon winner named Albert Korir of Kenya was banned for 5 years after he admitted doping and more drugs. And according to track and field investigators, they said today, Corey tested positive for the blood boosting substance CERA, known as Sera, a modern version of EPO, and 3 different samples taken in Kenya last October while he was training to run in New York. See, the drugs and substances and all this other stuff, man. This is what we're talking about, Howie Bell, since we're talking about drugs and drinking and all that other stuff. What's your take on this, Howie?
Now, is this Albert Korir? How you say his last name?
Korir, yeah.
Korir. Is this the guy that always win?
I think so, yeah.
The little black raisin-looking dude?
Yeah, he has one. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a track. They're going to take away all that shit. They're gonna go back and you know what I'm saying?
No, they're gonna ban him for 5 years. So by the time he comes back, people forget all about him. They're getting banned. They're not
gonna take away anything in the past. See, here's the thing. Yeah. Oh man, that dude won a lot of stuff. So that means he's been doping for a long time. He just start. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing this. Man, listen, bro. These doping and all this steroid stuff, man, has been a part of sports for a long time. And it's wow. When they catch these people, it's always usually the people that break records and do all this amazing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, man, on sports, man. That and gambling, but that's another story. But it's sad on sports, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people have been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? The roids and all that stuff has been in performance enhancing. Dope has been around for a long time, man. It's just sad to see it come. That guy won a lot. I would be interested to see what they're gonna do outside. You said just the 5-year suspension, but they gotta kind of retroactively go back and look at everything else, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I think they will, but we'll find out. Let me see what's your take on this, D Jones? Where were you at with this, man? Because once you're known as doing drugs and you're playing sports, that can taint your record. What do you look at this, D Jones?
Because they had got me for it back in '97 when I was in the Hood Olympics. I was all 7-mile triathlon in Detroit, and I was doing,
what is that?
Huh? And so yeah, you got to stop doing it. It kind of messed up my reputation. I could have went pro in basketball and football, and cross country, but I was doing tricepathon and what else you call it?
Tricataract. Tricataract.
Don't dope. Stop doping.
Stop doping. Michael Sharks, what's your take on this, bro?
Yo, just make it legal, man. I want to see how far they can really run. Just go ahead. I want to see y'all run from New York. I want to see a marathon from New York to LA. Like, let's see. And everybody's steroids is legal. Everybody ain't go. Like, it's 5 years. The dude is old as it is. 5 years is a wrap. I mean, and if he comes back after 5 years, guess why he came back? Because he's back on steroids. That's the only way he's going to come back. That's the only way. So God bless him. I'm tired of all these people. I don't care if you want to damage your body and you want to do it for your money and you want to entertain me, do it. Like, I don't understand. I love baseball when it was hitting home runs out of stadiums and it was hitting 6,000 home runs and 3,000 RBIs. Go ahead. Just not in boxing because somebody could die. Just not in boxing because then somebody could die. Everything else, golf, I want to see y'all do it. Go ahead. Make it happen.
I'm with you on that one.
Albert, whatever.
My man, Jason Hayes, what's your take, Jay?
First, I think that D. Jones running them events that Caitlyn Jenner doing now that Bruce can't do no more.
Wait a minute.
I ain't never heard of them. You know what I'm saying? It got to be something new, to accommodate, Bruce's new reality.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, so if it wasn't Trump's America, man, I would just take it at face value, and I say this only because I think these whites are getting tired of losing to these Africans, man. And and they do stuff, you know what I'm saying? They can make things happen that might not be so. I remember seeing this clip where this baseball player was talking about back in 2015. He's a skinny dude now. So he said he was 165. I'm forgetting his name right now. He won the batting title, right? He said that they came to him and told him not to win the batting title because they wanted Bryce Harper to win the Triple Crown, right? And he was like, hell no. He went out the last game of the season, went 3 for 4. He won the batting title. The next year, he tested positive for steroids.
I bet he did.
He was like, look at me, bro. He said, I'm 165. You think I'm doing steroids? That's the only reason I'm like, I don't know. I think these Trump whites, man, they just tired of losing to black folk, bro.
Yeah, it's very possible in that. Definitely very possible in that. Howie Bell, man. Now we got to move on to the topic I think we all want to talk about, man, Howie. And let me set this off. I don't know if you guys ended up seeing it. I'm sure you did. But UConn came back, man, and they stormed back on Duke, and they won on a last-second 3 to reach the Final Four. And it turns out to be, I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but it's 36 years later after the Christian Laettner buzzer beater to beat UConn in the Elite Eight to send Duke to the men's Final Four. The Huskies definitely got their revenge. And I think this is more dramatic fashion, if you ask me. But UConn freshman Braylon Mullins hit this jumper right outside. And Howie, I was watching the game, right? I'm going to just say this. In all my years of watching basketball, I've never seen anybody up by 3 with the ball lose a game with 10 seconds left to go in you know what I mean? Not to mention, let me add this one other caveat, Howie. When the opposite team literally misses the first free throw. You know what I mean? They have the ball, they missed the free throw. I was like, this game is a rap. Not just little rap, it's a rap. I had never seen that before. I think it's one of the most dramatic come from behind victories in college basketball. But anyway, tell me what you think, man, about this UConn rallying to stun Duke on the last second 3. Howie Bell.
They showed some clips of the announcer's reaction, and Grant Hill looked like he was getting ready to pass out.
He was. He was.
I mean, it was almost like he couldn't believe it, man. I've never seen him look that stunned. And it was amazing, bro. That was amazing. And you know what, man? That's why I like college sports more than professional, because it's a little more pure, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the competition and, all that kind of stuff. See, it ain't as contrived. They can, the powers that be can do tricks and stuff, but I think, the puppeteers or what have you. But I think that that's why March Madness is what it is, the best time of the year for sports in America, because of that. It's been other things that's happened like that before, but maybe not in this dramatic fashion with the two teams, with Connecticut and Duke involved. But that was amazing, man. That was amazing, and that is what it's all about right there. That's sports right there. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I did too. D. Jones, give me your take.
I wasn't shocked by it because UConn's good, and when I was watching the game at halftime, I'm like, they coming back. There's no way you're just gonna blow UConn out. If you beat them, you beat them. You're not gonna blow them out. And something like this happened every year, March Madness. And when it happened, I was like, that's March Madness right there. It was a great defense, and it was a hell of a shot. But that's what March Madness is. Great. That play is what March Madness is. I wasn't shocked. Some told me put 100 on them, but I didn't.
And that's why they won.
That's why they won. Because I did bet on it. I kept my money in my pocket. So yeah, man, I won't do that no more.
Mike Shaw, what's your take on that, bro? How'd you look at that game?
Yo, well, the shot we already know is amazing. It's crazy, and they blew a lead. And the last 4 games that Duke's lost, they've blown like 14-point leads at least at minimum. The last 4 games that they've lost this season. But go to TikTok and watch the gangster of UConn's coach Danny Hurley. They have an angle where he must have had beef with one of the referees, one of the officials. He stepped to the official. Now, mind you, there's still time. Duke is gonna get one more try. He headbutts the official. He puts his forehead in his head and ice grills him. No technical is called. Anywhere on planet Earth in any game that has to do with a basketball, there should have been a technical. That's how much he's feeling himself. Just please go to I can't believe it. A UConn fan sent it to me and said, dog, how did they not call a tech? Can you imagine if he gets a technical and Duke wins that game? Now we're talking about something we have never seen before. Right. But of course, even in college basketball, there's a little situation where you're never going to do that to somebody as a champion like Danny Hurley, who's got the ins in college basketball. But I thought that if that coach would have been black, it would have been a different story. I hate to bring race into this, but if John Thompson had done some shit like that, and headbutted an official, people, we'd be talking about that. Nobody would be talking about March Madness. They just be talking about what needs to happen to that coach.
I fear to say, 100%. Jay, you get the final word on this, man. What's your take?
Well, unlike Mark, I love to bring race into everything, goddammit.
Sure do.
Because it's in everything, and I ain't gonna walk around and act like I don't see what I'm looking at, goddammit. For me, you know how I feel. I feel so good, I might go to church next Sunday and drop a tithe down for God taking out DOOK for me. I put the silly fingers on them, man. I told y'all, man. I want all the bad things in life to happen to them and nobody but them. And when it happened, like in the dramatic fashion that it happened, listen, if I was still young, I might have orgasmed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might have just passed out because that was incredible to see all the Dukies and all their pompousness and everything I hate about them, to know that all of that went back to the car in tears. Yeah, it warms my soul, bro.
Oh. Yeah. That brings me to my other question.
Bit too much right there, Jay. That was a little bit,
little extra.
Hey, D, remember when I told you if Duke played the KKK All-Stars, I'd be conflicted.
that brings me to this, Howie Bell. That Bougie kid who threw the pass. Do you think that's going to affect him besides his mental? You think it's going to affect him if he comes into the NBA possibly this year? You think it's going to affect him? You know what I mean?
His dad was a really good player, man, and a really good NBA player. And I would, if I was his dad, he was there at the game. So I would just go sit my son down. I'm sure he did. And just talk to him, man. Like, this is part of it. You know what I'm saying? You made a mistake. You're probably going to make more mistakes. But he can't let this, because I thought about him too. I really did. I said, damn, I feel bad for that Boozer kid, you know?
Howie, is this the biggest mistake more so than the timeout called by Chris Webber?
No.
Hell no.
The timeout called by Chris Webber was worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, because I think so too. But I heard the question today on Sports Talk Radio. I had to ask you all.
Worse.
Yeah,
it was worse.
Egregiously worse.
Yeah,
but listen,
it was. Yeah, because the stolen pass and all that was in the field of play. You know what I mean? That play.
Correct. It was a deflection.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
And that shot to win to get that shot wasn't no easy three. It was way back.
It was a 35-foot shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing, bro. So Boozer can't feel bad. He probably does, but he shouldn't for too long. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens, man. But that shit is going to be replayed forever and ever for the next 50 to 100 years.
Yeah, he ain't never living that down. He ain't never living that down.
He's never going to forget about it. So he got to train him somehow to get over. He got to do great things.
What do you think about how this shot? I mean, this pass that got stolen is going to affect the Boozer kid? I think
his brother's the better Boozer. He's going to go first round.
Right.
I remember we had comps for him, and I think I said Corliss Williamson. This Boozer reminds me of like a Chucky Atkins, maybe.
Wow.
So he,
he bounced around. He had a career.
Like an Ish Smith.
Yeah.
So what's your take on where are you at on the mistake? Is that how high up the level of mistake is it in the NCAA tournament?
Hey man, it was a couple seconds left. That was a pressure cooker. Like they trapped him so good. He could have maybe dribbled out of it and could have passed it because it was somebody on the left. I don't know, man. That was just excellent defense. That was just pure excellent defense. It's almost he either had to dribble out of it or I don't know.
Or pass come in and just hold the ball. It's only 3 seconds. You know what I mean? All right, let me ask you, Mike Sean, where's the level of mistakes at to you? Like, is it higher than Chris Webber? Is it where's it at to you?
I think it was the person who bailed on him was the coach.
Yeah.
Like a timeout would have been okay. It'd have been all right to say timeout, and let's gather ourselves together because all we got to do is inbound the ball. Basically, they're going to foul us and we're good to go. So he left them kids on an island. He was like, y'all figure it out. Y'all get the ball in. Y'all do what you got to do. It really wasn't like the guy. He played defense and it happened. To me, Chris Webber is insanity because somebody on his actual bench told him to call timeout.
Yeah.
It was like he was set up. Like it was like call timeout. Then when he called timeout, the dude that told him turned around and walked away to the end of the bench like he ain't never said nothing. Mm-hmm. So that one is crucial. But on the flip side, Chris Webber had a great career. Mm-hmm. He made $100 million. Mm-hmm. So just shake it off. You're good. And your brother is better than you, but it's all good. You're going to be in the league. Take a deep breath, catch you a white girl and chill. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, there's a lot of white girls in Duke. A lot are going to want to really take care of you when you get back and say, I feel bad as a black man in America.
They will definitely do that. Where are you at with this, Jay? Because at the end of the day, the question that's on the table right now is there's a lot of people who are saying this is one of the top 3 biggest mistakes in NCAA tournament history. I heard that today. Where are you at with that, Jay?
That's a non-basketball player that said that, man, because
definitely
it wasn't an egregious mistake. I mean, it was just honestly great defense by UConn because they pressed them. They had to inbound it. They had to throw it out. And see, I bet the person that said that doesn't even know that you got 8 seconds to get it across half court.
Probably.
Facts.
Right. So you can't just run out the clock. You got to get it over the half court line. Mm-hmm. And since they had already passed the ball at least twice, he's dribbling around. That means the clock about to be up. They about to turn it over, because they ain't got it across half court. So he just tried to just jump up and just throw it anywhere on the other side. And UConn is long enough to deflect it. Mm-hmm. Dude, listen, I hate Duke. And I love that this kid had to go through that because his daddy played for Duke too. God forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about this kid, man. He went to Duke. This comes and going with Duke. We hate everything about you. You're going to make some money. It's going to be all right, when it's all said and done. But at the end of the day going to end.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that one. That brings me to the next one, Howie Bell. The next game I definitely want to talk about. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see this one, but Michigan destroyed Tennessee on Sunday.
Oh,
it was the 21st game of the margin of 20 points or more with March Madness. That's a Martin tournament record according to CBS Sports. The previous record had been 19 20-point games in 1999 before Arizona beat Arkansas by 21 in the Sweet 16 on Thursday. But let's talk about Michigan over Tennessee right quick, Howie Bell, because Michigan looked really, really, really good the last couple of games, Howie Bell. Where you at with thought process about Michigan?
Where I'm at with it, I live in Detroit, Michigan. What are you talking about?
He has no choice.
You already know where I'm at with it.
I definitely know, but I tell them.
I've been telling y'all though. I said Michigan, man. I'm telling Michigan look like they can win it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They look like they're gonna pop everybody. I mean, it just is what it is. They look good. They're playing good. They start rating them threes unstoppable. I said, woo. You know, and their defense, bro, and they tall and they long and they
long, bro. God,
yeah, they hard to beat. They beat the last 4 teams by 90 plus points. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, man, that's gonna be tough. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is a cakewalk, as we can tell. We've been talking about the Duke, Connecticut game. Nothing is a cakewalk. So, I'm not just like, yeah, but they got a hell of a chance to go ahead and get one, get another one, man. That'd be good for them. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to me about where you at with this, obviously, with this Michigan team and this Michigan over Tennessee.
Ditto. Everything Howie said. I'm also from Detroit, Michigan. Come on, man. Listen, and I know my homeboy watching, and he a Michigan State fan. He gonna hate this, but Michigan is in the Final Four. The Michigan female basketball team in the Elite 8, and the hockey team, I believe, about to make it to the Final Four. Then you got the Tigers about to win the World Series, and the Pistons gonna win the championship. It's a great time in Michigan. It's a great time all around.
What about the Lions?
We about to miss U of M about to win the championship.
You got forced to say that, huh? D goes, all right. We have this Michael Sean, because at the end of the day, man, Michigan look like the best to me. Michigan and Arizona look like it to me. But they got to play the games.
They bullies. Michigan is bullies. Michigan play like they got more players, yo. Like they got other. I'm like, yo, how are they? They make you exhausted. Like one time I was watching and I called timeout. I was like, this is enough. I need to reset. We need to reset this. I said, coach. But their physicality is amazing, yo. They hit the boards, they pressure you, and then they got the nerve to have offense. Like it would be one thing if they were lacking on their offense, but they got 3-point shooters, they got rebounders, they got wing players. They swarm you. And I think it's starting to get into other people's head now that the media is now over and over again is talking about how physical they are. Now they're talking about this next game. There's going to be blood on the court. What? This what's his name? Jay Williams said there's going to be blood on the court. There's going to be punishment. I was like, are we talking about football or basketball? But that's the psyche that they got people feeling now. So I want to see this game to see if they can punk them or does somebody stand up to them. Unfortunately, I'm not from Detroit or Michigan or anything like that. But Fab Five is one of my favorite teams ever. So I wouldn't mind them. Winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way about them and everything else. Where are you at with the team? I'm sorry, Jay. I just saw a news flash. I'm gonna come to it in a second. But Jay, what's your take on Michigan?
I picked Arizona to win it all. Like going into the tournament, I thought that they were the best team, the most complete team, and they're still really good. But Michigan really got me thinking that they are the team to beat because it's not that they're just big. It's that they play within the system and they're skilled and they understand their limitations. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got a dude who shoot the ball like Russell Westbrook taking 53s a game. You know what I'm saying? Like they understand, where their bread is butter and they play really smart. So to me, that's a tough team to beat. But if anybody can do it, Arizona can do it. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope that they're not in the same bracket. I hope they're opposite brackets. I haven't checked.
They're in the same bracket.
They
got to play each other in the Final Four.
Yeah, they're right now. They up next.
They got many. I'm gonna talk about the Final Four just in a second, man. But
see, to me, that should have been the final.
Yeah, that would have been
because I think they're better than anybody else on the other side.
They're a mirror of each other. They literally are
correct
of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how we felt, I got to bring this up to you, man. I just got a news flash, and it's shocking news. The Chicago Bulls are waiving guard Jaden Ivey after his recent anti-LGBTQ comments amid several rants on religion and other topics. Sources are telling ESPN. This is NBA breaking news. It just happened, and it's never happened in NBA sports history at all, where a player got waived for his comments on the community, LGBTQ community. What's your take on this, Howie Bell? Because to me, this is ridiculous. Like, you can't say freedom of speech at all. But I don't want to say anything. Howie Bell, what's your take first?
Freedom of speech only applies to certain people. Y'all ain't learning that yet? That don't apply to everybody.
Actually, it only responds to certain topics, is what you meant to
or
say.
Certain topics, it's restricted. Basically, it's a lot of gray area in freedom of speech, bro.
Right.
But you can't. One thing you can't do. I don't know why people haven't learned yet to say anything about the homosexual community.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, you just can't do it. It's been on record for a long time now. So I don't know why you would do that. Unless you're just a layman or some old nobody, you can say whatever you want to say. But a person like him in his position, you can't do it. Look at the whole WNBA is nothing but the LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? The relationships and all that kind of stuff, man. I mean, hey man, how can you do it? And they couldn't. There's no way they could keep him after saying something like that. So
I definitely agree with that.
And you know what? Another thing, I'm in Chicago right now, as a matter of fact. So they have a large LGBTQ community here too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's probably the reason why, because they have a huge community. D. Jones, where are you at with this, man? Have you ever heard anything like this, or is this shocking to you? What's your take?
I'm really pissed because they let that white man talk about Magic City night and got them canceled. Okay, you can talk about the beautiful community of Magic City and not get a Magic City night, but he said the same thing about Pride Night. He didn't think they should have a Pride Night. He probably, to keep his job, should not have said that. But it's
probably not.
You can't talk about is the LGBTQ and another community that you better not speak on. And he just found out.
Wear the funny hats.
Yeah, and he just found out. He just went on a rant about the music and talking about how it hurt his spirit to listen to some of the rap music from these younger cats now that's talking about killing. So the past few days he's been on his soapbox and speaking out. I wish him well, man. I think because he's been injured and can't produce, it was probably easy for them to let him go. You know what I'm saying? But he always got a home in Detroit. We drafted him.
Yeah. He can come back to Detroit. I'm sure. Michael Sean, where are you at with that?
It's just the nonsense of America, man. I've never seen, if a black or brown man kneels at a football game, he gets blackballed. If a black or brown man speaks upon something and gives his feelings that have nothing to do with basketball, but says he's disappointed in the music and happens to have an opinion, he gets his career taken. This is what they've been dangling for hundreds of years. And with basketball, football, and baseball, they basically hang your career over you. And they say, if you want to speak out, but we'll end you. We'll definitely end you. So unless you fall under the protocol of you say what we want you to say and don't mention certain groups, and there'll be another group except you can say whatever you want about black people. They'll make up another group after the LGBT whatever. There'll be something else that you can't speak about. You got guys on the 49ers who are probably wearing MAGA hats. The linebacker probably wearing a MAGA hat.
Probably.
And had his chest poked out.
Yep.
And but don't you dare. You better be happy. You better be happy we pay you this money. You better be happy we gave you this opportunity. And don't you speak up. But once again, we keep watching and we keep going back. So at the end of the day, we're doing a sports podcast right now. And until people realize if we don't shut anything down, we might as well just chill and just let the shenanigans continue.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Where you at with this, Jay? What's your take?
Young Jaden, he made the age-old mistake, brother. He spoke like he was averaging 38.5 points a game instead of 8.5 points a game. You know what I mean? Because trust me, if his stats were not 8.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, but add 25 points, to that scoring, add 4 more rebounds, to that rebounding, and 4 more assists, they'd have charted his ass out, in one of these tight, moist ass suits and gave him a piece of paper to read an apology. I'm so sorry. I love all communities. Hell, my mother's the head coach, the women's head coach at Notre Dame. They got lesbians on that team. I'm cool with all of them. They did all of that, but he averaged 8.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.8 assists on a team that's losing. They ain't got time to play with their money like that.
100%. Howie, well, this brings me back to you, bro. We got to finish talking about that Final Four because the Final Four now is set. I had to just talk about that for a second because it was breaking news. Now we got UConn versus Illinois and Arizona versus Michigan. You got the 4 set. Who you got for basically the NCAA tournament? Like, what's who you got winning each one of those games? Howie, again, you got UConn versus Illinois and Arizona versus Michigan, which is to me, Arizona versus Michigan is the whoever wins that game to me is going to win the whole thing. But where are you at with this, Howie?
I think UConn is going to do it against Illinois, and I think that it's going to be Michigan and UConn in the final, in the championship game.
And who you got to win the whole thing?
Come on, man.
I gotta ask.
You can't answer the correct person. Anything objective, bro.
I gotta ask.
My zip code is 48201, baby. Downtown Detroit. I live 25 minutes from the yard. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't mad at you.
I've done so many comedy shows on that campus. I'm in their system, the counting system. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Michigan, baby, go blue. Let's rock and roll.
Michigan, it is. All right, D. Jones. We got the Final Four: Arizona, Michigan versus UConn, Illinois. Who's winning UConn, Illinois, and who's winning Arizona versus Michigan, and who's taking the whole thing?
I would love to see an all Big Ten finals with Illinois and Michigan. But UConn they're UConn, man. They tried and tested, and they beat every test. And then I had to go with I think the team in Ann Arbor is where they play.
I mean, and Ann Arbor's in what state?
I think that's in Minnesota or Milwaukee.
This dude's funny.
No, it's in Michigan.
All right, so fair to
who I got winning?
Come on, man.
Mel Robinson. And the Fab Five,
Glenn Rice,
my man. Glenn Rice.
The Michigan Wolverine Pistons now, baby.
All right, Mike Sean, you are outside of Michigan, Mike Sean. Who you got winning versus UConn and Illinois, and who you got winning versus Arizona and Michigan?
I'm gonna do Michigan first, but now I'm going to my conspiracy. Okay. Them officials did not like what Dan Hurley did. They did not like what he did at the end of that game. And trust me, if UConn don't blow them out, if this game is close, I'm telling you, they're getting no calls. And Illinois is getting everything. You can't headbutt one of my people and ice grill them, and I can get back at you. And this is my squad. The Stripes are my gang. That's my gang. We the Stripes. We the Whistles. I'm going to take Illinois, and I'm telling you, if it's close, them Whistles are going to get put away on UConn. And when it's going to be New Year's Eve when Illinois has the ball, because they're going to be blowing whistles. And I'm going to take Illinois against Michigan, so you guys will have exactly what you want.
And who you got in that game? Who you going to win the whole thing, Mike?
Then I'm just going to go Michigan, because I don't think it's going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a 12-point victory, and Michigan just walks off celebrating. They're going to be celebrating with like 3 minutes left in the second half. I think they're already going to be turning up.
Yeah, I think so too. And that leads me to you, Jay. Where you at with this? You outside of Michigan?
Yeah. Listen, I don't know why you even asked those Detroit dudes anything objective.
Yeah.
anything to do with anything Michigan ever, because you know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Had he said Florida though.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You know what I mean? Yeah. For me, I think Michigan is probably the best team playing right now. Just talent wise, you know, they're well coached, you know, they're well schooled and they execute. And that's hard to beat, especially with that size they have. Now I agree with Mike Sean about the refs.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I think, you know, how Black Jesus works, you know, and how he let Duke lose the way they lost. I think the refs are gonna summon Black Jesus and they're gonna let UConn get past Illinois. And then they're gonna cut their nuts off in the final, rip their heart out there. They won't get calls when it's for everything. You know, when it hurts extra bad. I think they'll let them get through that way. Somewhere right now, all them refs is doing this to Danny Hurley.
Jay, you might be right with that because they might let him get through just to be blown out by 30.
Just let them get through and give them nothing in the final. Let them lose by 65.
Yeah, but let him get blown out by a huge number. I can see that definitely happen. Howie Bell, there's some more shocking news that happened today. I'm not sure that if you guys got a chance to see this, but the NFL and the NFLRA are very, very far apart. So the NFL decided that they are going to begin hiring replacement refs. The NFL owners are alarmed by negotiations that's happening right now. And if you all remember, we talked about this last week because they're going to basically make sure that they're going to get these college level officials. And when they get these college level officials, Howie, they're going to make sure that every call that's a little suspect is going to be reviewed by New York. You remember how we were talking about it? It's never happened in NFL history before. And now this is the same thing that's happened again since 2012. So the NFL is trying to figure out a way to make sure that they quiet the people from getting ready to be very, very upset because people are about to be highly upset. If you ask me, Howie, what you think about the NFL, the news with the NFL getting ready to hire these replacement refs? Because Howie, it's here. It's happening. It's happening.
You know what, man? This reminds me of how they deployed ICE out there.
Right. To the airports.
It's the same thing. I mean, it's like, let's do this so we can do something else. It's gambling, man. This is all about gambling, bro. I'm telling you, this is what this is about. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what a call is anymore. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows what a catch is. Nobody knows what's inbounds, out of bounds. Nobody knows what a fumble is. We're second guessing our own eyes right now, bro. Mm-hmm. And there are a million cameras. Mm-hmm. But now we're gonna put the scab refs in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now they can say, well, that's questionable. Not everything questionable. So now it goes to New York. New York makes a call. Vegas makes the win. Man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We are living in a whole different world, man. Sports is getting the integrity of sports they're losing it, bro. That is why I talked about the NCAA earlier and how college sports are different. You know what I'm saying? Mainly college basketball over college football. But I tell you, man, I don't know where we're going. We're going to have to start watching high school games. You know what I'm saying? We got to go all the way back. Pee-wee,
they gambling there too.
They gambling there too.
They gambling there too.
What we got to do? Watch Pee-wee? We got to watch. We got to watch 7 to 8 year olds play to get a real pure sports competition.
Where you at with this, D Jones? Because the last time replacement refs happened, the NFL fans were upset. 3 weeks later, all this stuff was said and done. You know what I mean? Taken care of. Where you at with this, D Jones?
Well, to piggyback on what Howie said, I won $300 on a little baby race to have court.
That baby smoked everybody, bro.
Yeah, always bet on the black baby.
If it's a black baby, a bunch of white babies.
Yeah,
that black baby.
Yeah, always bet on the black baby. You hear me? Listen, I'm on Indeed right now. I need another gig. You know what I'm saying? So if they got replacement refs for 2 weeks, I take that check. You know what I'm saying? So, and like my man said, regardless of what happened, guess who watching? We are
watching. We watching.
It don't matter.
Because you got money on it.
Go Drake, man. It don't matter. It don't matter.
All right, so that's your take. Michael Sean, where you at with this, man? How are you feeling about the NFL hiring the replacement refs?
The refs act like they got a leg to stand on. Y'all suck. Y'all act like y'all doing a stellar job. You're like, you can't top this. Yes, we can. They had to replace 3 officials in the Kansas City Buffalo AFC Championship game of 3 years ago. They fired 3 of them jokers. They got rid of them because they weren't sure if they was on the tape. They know somebody's on the tape, but they weren't sure if they were going sidebar and doing their own on the tape. I don't give a listen. They have ruined everything about sports. Sports was my escape. Sports was the escape that we went to see something crazy happen where an underdog, a John Starks out of nowhere, could dunk on the Bulls. Like we saw something and still lose, but still the moment was there. Now we know when you promote, when your main marketing people are gambling, when gambling is what's making you the biggest amount of money, we got to be some dumbass fools to think everything is legit. None of it's legit. There's always something. I think you should have endless challenges in the NFL. I think you should have, as long as you see something you can challenge, the game will be 5 hours. I don't give a damn. But the problem with it is that the people in the booth will cheat.
Right.
I've seen the announcers. It's gotten so bad in the NFL that they'll review a play and then they'll come and say what it was. And the announcers stay silent for 30 seconds because they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because they know everybody's seeing what they saw.
Yeah.
So at this point, just don't listen. If you want to bet, do your thing, bet. But I'm out of it. I sit afar and I giggle and laugh. I'm not even passionate about my teams anymore. Because look, I got 2 white boys on the Giants, right? Got 2 white boys who are going to kill it next year. You know why? Because the NFL wants them to kill it next year.
That's very true. They do want them to do really well. That's why they got that head coach from Baltimore Ravens. They want them to do well.
Watch, they'll win 11 games next year, and I don't give a damn.
They probably will. Jay, where are you at with this, bro?
Mike Sean, sooner or later, them white boys gotta go up against the genetic descendants of sugarcane and cotton pickers.
Facts.
You can't call that into being successful. At some point, they gonna get their block knocked off. No, but I agree with that, man. You know, it's it's just one of those things where anything that starts as a gambling site, and what I think this is that they're trying to prime us to start accepting AI to officiate games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like at some point, they're just gonna line a whole bunch of cameras up along the sideline, and they're gonna have AI, monitoring this and monitoring that, and they're gonna phase out paying salaried people. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to it's like Walmart or Target, where it's 12 registers and ain't no cashiers on them. All's open and self-check.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to come in there, not only pay their prices, but also work for them for free. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it feels like, because they don't want to pay fair wages anymore, even though they make $24 billion a year in revenue. It's crazy.
Jay, there's a lot going on with what you said. A lot of it makes sense because it's already happening in baseball with the ABS zones right now. You know,
right?
I love it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's already happening there. We already feeling that and seeing that right now. Looking at the time, Howie Bell, I want to skip a couple of topics. Let me just because I want to get to these other topics, man. It looks like they're, according to Mark Stein in the NBA, I'm switching to NBA. Looks like help could be on the way for Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors coming this offseason. The Warriors are reportedly trying to acquire Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James this summer, according to, again, NBA insider Mark Stein.
What?
I don't like what I'm hearing, Howie Bell. But you know what? Mark Stein is not really wrong at a lot of times. Mark Stein is not wrong a lot. Like, this man is really pretty accurate. So, Howie Bell, what's your thought on Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James going to play with Steph and Golden State?
That's interesting. That's gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna tell you why. That shit ain't gonna work. I'm gonna tell you why, man. I'm gonna tell you. That may sound good and look all cute on paper, but that is not gonna work, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have Jimmy Butler. You're gonna have Al Horford. You're gonna have Kristaps Porzingis, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, and you're saying it's not gonna work?
No.
Okay.
No, there's too many egos involved in that. LeBron is probably gonna be if he does that. I'm surprised though. I don't think he's gonna do it. I think if he was to go to somewhere else, it's gonna be Cleveland. But if he does this, it's to play with Curry because I think that's his boy. But I'll say, I mean, he's got to come off the bench first. Of all. That's not gonna be good chemistry. I see that being the worst batch of cupcakes ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't seem like that's gonna mix. It's not gonna work. And Kawhi is a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? They get hurt and plays good when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Staying all quiet, looking all dumb like a 4-year-old in the corner. Steph Curry is getting towards the end. He's still pretty good. LeBron is washed after this season. That's not gonna work.
Okay, all right. D Jones, let's put your basketball IQ to the test on this one. What you think about this, D Jones?
I'm gonna have to disagree with Howie. I think LeBron one of the most selfless person or players to ever play basketball.
No question.
And I don't think he cares as long as they win.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler, if he can stay healthy, that's great. If Kawhi won't miss no games, well, he's gonna miss 30. But you know what I'm saying? If Steph can stay healthy, I'm not worried about LeBron. LeBron always needs the best players around him to win. And this makes perfectly good sense for LeBron. He's still chasing Mike. He still want to get that 6 or 7 ring. And he's not going to do it with the Lakers. So why not go play with one of the best other 2 guards to ever play the game, Steph Curry. But this is going to hurt his legacy because you played with 30 Hall of Famers in your career.
Mm-hmm. That's where he's at. That Mike Sean, like you hear that roster, right? KP, you got Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Jimmy Butler. Where you at with this, Mike Sean?
Dude, a
lot of age.
They'll be the first team in history that they've got like 3 players all over 35 years old. Like, and let me just say this about Kawhi, and let me just put the cape on for Kawhi. This generation better be lucky Kawhi had knee injuries.
Right.
Kawhi is averaging 28 points a game right now.
It's tough, bro.
Dog, let me tell you, in his prime, nobody wanted him on offense and nobody wanted them to have him D them up.
Right.
Like you give that man healthy knees, and we may have a whole nother discussion on whose generation this really was. But that being said, that's not gonna happen. I mean, number one, how you gonna pay everybody? Like how you gonna LeBron can be 50 years old. LeBron's not taking no league minimum.
Nope.
LeBron's still LeBron. LeBron's still gonna want his paper. Steph already knows he gonna get his paper. And then after you get off and Al Horford, what is this, like the AARP squad? Like this is
right.
this is a lot. And LeBron's gonna be out. He's still got time because LeBron is still doing amazing things. Look, he takes his break in the middle of the season. He goes on a vacation. He has a mysterious injury every year where he goes on a 2-week vacation. Then he comes back and he casts alley-oops from the back of his head, which he did when he came back. I'm just saying Tiger Woods shouldn't take no urine test and LeBron James shouldn't take no urine test. That's all I'm saying.
So that leaves you, Jay, with the final word on this, man. Where are you at with this? Because at the end of the day, I don't know how they afford it, but coming from Mark Stein, I would have not even thought this was even. I was like, man, this ain't no real thing. But coming from Mark Stein, he's batting 900, on this type of stuff. You know what I mean? 850, 900. Where you at with this, Jay?
I think Mark Stein is doing copious amounts of pink cocaine. Sprinkled with fentanyl. Dude, there is no way that's gonna happen. I mean, think about the load management that you'd have to do with an elderly roster like that. Like Marshawn was saying, Mike Sean was saying, dude, listen, you talking about Bron 40-something. Steph is what, 36 now?
Yeah, about to be 37. Yeah.
You got Kawhi, what is he, 35, 36?
Yep, he's about 35, 36, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no way they're going to play an 82-game season, injury-free. And they got Jimmy Butler, who's almost as old as LeBron. Like, it just doesn't make any practical sense to me. So I don't know, man. I think Mark, rolls up, from the booger sugar, and he just had a great idea that don't make sense when you think about it the next day. Right. But he hit send on the computer, and he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, looking at the time, I was going to get a chance to try to talk about my Celtics, but I'm going to get there in a second. I'm going to hope. But let me throw this out there. Howie Bell, the Toronto Raptors went on a 31-0 straight, 31-0 against Orlando Magic Sunday, and I ain't never heard that. And of course, they beat Orlando 139-87. Howie Bell, is that one of the worst comebacks to you in NBA history, or just I don't know what's your takeaway from that? You got 30 seconds, Howie.
They scored 31 unanswered.
Straight, 31 unanswered points, 31 straight.
And somebody
scored the ball, everything you could think that they did that could be done, they did for 31 straight points.
Now let me ask you this: that don't sound like gambling?
They made a phone call from Vegas. Hey, listen, brother.
Hey man, listen, we're gonna do the first. I'm gonna bet that this team will do this, and let's do it. Yeah, that don't even sound right, bro. That's gambling, man. Man, listen, bro. Come on, man. That sounds so weird and all. We living in a bizarro world, man. You know what I'm saying? And sports is right there in it. And that's part of it. I don't believe for 1 second that was a legitimate 31-0 run. 1 second. I don't believe it.
D. Jones, where are you at with this 31-0 run? Like, it's insane. Where are you at with this?
It sounds like the league that NBA is now, because I guarantee you Orlando was just shooting threes and missing every single one of them. This is a 3-point contest league, and all they do is shoot threes. And nobody thought to go to the rack and go to the foul line one time.
Not once.
Not
one time. Go to the rack, Paolo, get down on the block, give me a bucket, 31 straight to the Raptors. No, man.
D. Jones, I gotta agree with you, because the worst part is it's 31 straight, and it was by the Toronto Raptors, on the Orlando Magic. I mean, that's ridiculous. If it was the Detroit Pistons on there, okay, that makes sense. But the Toronto Raptors ran 31.
We not scoring 31 straight. We can't shoot.
Yeah, that's true. Michael Sean, when you heard 31-0, Toronto Raptors 31 straight unanswered points over the Orlando Magic, what was your thought?
Check everybody's bank account. Check everybody's bank account. Run their phones. Everybody run your phones right now. Let me tell you, I'll start making rules. I'll start making reckless executive orders in the NBA. If you let a team score 31 straight points, we take your draft pick that year. You lose your draft pick that year because you let somebody score 31 points and you couldn't get a bucket. Like my man said, you couldn't go to the hole once and get a foul. You got to be kidding me, man. Like that don't happen on PlayStation. That don't happen on any type of video game. I ain't never seen nobody go on a 30-0 run and not a foul. Like the refs ain't even help out. The refs could have helped out and be like, we're going to give you a foul on this one.
Yeah, because the refs was in on it.
The refs is in too. Check, run your phones. Refs, run your phones. Everybody put your phones in the bucket.
He ain't never lie. Jay, what was your take when you heard this 31-0? Like, because it was so bad to me. I had to talk about this before the Celtics, Jay. That's how bad it was to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering, was it the Pee Wee League? The midget magic. You know what I'm saying? Because those are grown men going out there, bro.
Right.
Like that should be impossible. But here's the kicker. The final score was 139-87.
Yes, it was.
So when I saw the final score, I was like, okay, I know what happened. The players said to the ownership group, fire this man who's our head coach. We have no respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get this dude up out of here because we ain't gonna play for him. Mm-hmm. That is essentially what they said. So I would say the clock is ticking. I would say the time the clock hits 000 to end the NBA regular season, that coach will be handed a pink slip.
And you had the last word, man. Great word. Thank you all for watching, man. We appreciate you. Before we roll up out of here, man, since Michael Sean was today's guest, Mike Sean, you got to go first. Tell everybody what you're into, what you're about to get into, how we can follow you, what's going on in the world of Michael Sean.
At Mike Sean Comedy. Go to Instagram, TikTok, at Mike Sean Comedy. You'll hear me on the radio soon, so I'll be back on the radio soon over here in Philly somewhere. That's all I can say. Follow me. And that Cash App right there. If you like the views and opinions of Michael Sean, that's the Cash App right there. $M Sean 0902. Yeah. So holla at me. Been a pleasure, Frank. It's good to be back on here.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you. Howie Bell, you know how we do, man. Howie, tell everybody out there what you got going on and what's going on in your world, Howie.
Man, just get off this flight from New York. Man, LaGuardia was good. It wasn't that bad this morning. I'm in Chicago. Got to do a show tonight. And formerly Jokes and Notes. It's called The Renaissance now. I'm going to be down there tonight, my boy B Code. And I'm going back to the D tomorrow, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, you were blessed, man, because I've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about the airports. You blessed, Howie.
Yeah, I've been getting blessed. Yeah, there's like about a 20-minute wait this morning. Wasn't bad.
No, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Damian Jones, comedian. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro. What you got going on in your world?
313 D Jones. Tomorrow I'll be on set with Eddie Murphy and Ryan Coogler. We got a new movie coming out in the winter, and I want everybody to watch it. It's called what's the opposite of sinners? Christian. And,
The opposite of sinners. Christian.
called Do-Gooders. And be out in the winter. Called Do-Gooders. Look out for it.
And filmmaker Jason Hayes. Tell everybody else how they can get in contact with you, follow you, what's going on in your world.
You can follow me at JD Hayes over at Fanbase, but I'm about to go to the emergency room and get myself an IV after hanging with Howie motherfucking ass this weekend.
Oh man.
Oh man, we had a great time, man. We did our show on Bleecker Street. We had the all-women show for Women History Month. It was dope.
There it is.
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry for cussing, man, but this weekend made me. Howie won my Howie won me. I don't know how Howie does this, bro. I don't know how he does it.
On a regular too. He does it on a regular too. He does it on a regular too. He does it. But that's the name of the show is Box Seats. That's the show. That's it. That's his wrap. We got to get ready to get up out of here. Tomorrow's show, we got to finish talking about some stuff that jumped off in the NFL today. Of course, some stuff about the NBA. I didn't even talk about my Celtics. You see that? I didn't even do that. I was about to.
That's good. All the time.
Nobody wanted to hear it. No way.
Nobody.
Yeah, I'm sure. But you know what?
Congratulations, Jason Tatum.
We're going to talk about more of the NCAA stuff. And, of course, we got to talk about, of course, the hottest topics in sports. Name of the show's Box Seats. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Go.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Thanks, guys. That was a great show.